What is up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Franca and I'm glad you're here. Today we're reading Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. It's part of the Throne of Glass series, and if you haven't seen my other two videos, you should go check them out. They're not very good, but you should still go check them out. I'm about 50 pages into this book, and I have said absolutely nothing to you guys about this book yet, because I have no freaking idea what is going on, to be honest. Selena has been sent to, it's not Welland, but I've been calling it Welland because that's what I see in my head when I look at it, even though it's nowhere close to what it actually is. And Charcoal and Dorian are still back at the castle. We've also gotten like a POV from a witch who's from the Iron, whatever the heck they're called, the bad witches. So I don't know what the heck's going on. She's killing the pretty witches, or the good witches. I don't even know if they're any good, but we got a POV from her. And like, I don't understand how she comes in, except for maybe because Selena off that witch Yellow Legs or whatever her name is, maybe that witch is gonna come try and get redemption or whatever. To be honest, I have a feeling this book's like 100 more pages than, around like 100-ish more pages than the last book. But I was looking a little closer at the cover, and if you look at this, I thought it was the bird's shadow. It in fact is not. I think that's the wyvern, whatever the heck, however you pronounce it, I have no idea. So I wonder if this is when he unleashes, the king unleashes his wyverns or whatever. And then Selena was like not doing anything in this town. She literally was just drinking. So I don't know if she's gonna go through with her plan, or she's gonna use the fae that are her ancestors. Like, her aunt rules this place. So I wonder if she's gonna use them to stop the king, and that's what's gonna happen in this book. But like, thus far I'm so confused, because all I know is she has met this fairy guy and he can tell who she is, but also he like barely says a word to her. And yeah, I think the fairies, not the fairies, I think the fae can like tell who she is, because she was like, oh, he's like sniffing me. I was like, what is he, a dog? I thought that's what the werewolves did. So I have no freaking idea what's going on. Also, one of her cousins, I forget what his name is because clearly he wasn't that important, is ruling over the T-Town name that I can't figure out how to pronounce. And he's working with the king. He's at the king's castle, chilling with the king. And he has one of those black rings. So I guess that means he's like under the king's control or whatever. What else has happened? Literally nothing. I ended and she was about to meet her aunt. So hopefully it gets a little bit more interesting and makes a little bit more sense. Because thus far, I have no thoughts, no opinions, because I truly can't fathom what is going on. And maybe it's because I was a little delirious last night when I was reading, but I have no idea. We will continue to read and see what happens. Alrighty, I'm like 150 pages into Heir of Fire, and I still really can't tell you what the heck's going on. The only thing I understand is that the king is using the witches to fly his wyverns, or whatever the heck they're called. And that's about it. And there's some drama going on over there because they all hate each other. Selena is, I don't know what the heck she's doing. She's like hanging out with her cousin who like kind of hates her guts. But he's like training her. But honestly, he's not really training her. He's just beating her up and then saying you suck. So I feel like she's gonna like unleash her powers or whatever, but it's giving me Actotar, Rysand, whatever the heck his name was, training, what's her face? What's her name? Feyre? Tell me how I forgot about them already. I literally read that book a year ago and I already forgot all about them. But it's giving those two working on their magic together. So I wonder which one of these was written first. Charcoal and Dorian are off gallivanting at the castle doing whatever. Dorian is getting cozy. Not even getting cozy. He's just like hanging out with this, what is she? A healer? Whatever. And then Charcoal is like chasing around, I don't even know what the heck his name is. It looks like Aiden. It's not Aiden. We're gonna call him Aiden. She's chasing around Aiden, who is It was Selena's other cousin. Too many family members at this point. But she's chasing him around and he might get himself off. But then we kind of got that cousin that's with Charcoal's point of view, and he's like, I would do anything for whatever the heck her real name is, Selena. And he's like, if only she were alive, blah 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 blah. And Charcoal, to get himself out of this situation, because he got kidnapped again. How many times do you have to be kidnapped? You are the head captain of the guard and you're getting kidnapped twice? Crazy. But he's like, oh, she's alive. But he didn't tell them that he didn't tell them that Selena's her, but he's like, she's alive. Maybe we won't off you now. But yeah, that's about it. Not any concrete stuff of what's going on because I still don't really understand what's going on. Okay, stop. I'm a little confused. I thought Rowan was her cousin, but maybe he's like related to her somehow because he's trying to get her to use her powers and she's like, they don't work. So he bit her neck, right? But like a lot of like the mating bonds are like a bite on the neck, or especially in like the werewolf books, right? Like in Bride, a bite on the neck, mating mark. So the whole time he was doing that, I was like, they're gonna be mates because these fae have mates too, which we learned. But then he goes, does your lover know what you are? And she goes, he knows everything. And then he goes, I won't be biting you again. So I wonder if they're like fae mates. But also that's weird because is he not related to her? I thought he was her cousin, but maybe he's not her cousin. Maybe I was just making that up. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. So I'm like 250 pages in now, and I'm still quite not sure. As you can tell, I just woke up. But I'm still not 100% certain what the frick is going on in this book. Also, I get invested in the person's point of view that I'm in, and then all of a sudden they change it on me. And I'm like, what the heck? Interested in this. And then they switch it, and I'm like, I don't care. And then I get invested in that. So, what else happened? The witch lady got pushed into the pit with the wyverns by one of the other clan heirs, and she wanted this wyvern named Titus, who was like the biggest, the worst, the scariest. And they had a bait dragon like chained to the wall or something that he was like attacking. That dragon saved her because Titus wanted to eat her when she fell in the pit. So she chose him, and he doesn't have like the little barbs on his tail. So she's giving him iron teeth and iron tail. Crazy. So invested in that part of the story. Selena is still playing whatever the heck she's doing. She's training, she's getting beat up. She ran into some skinwalkers and incinerated them with her power. And Charcoal and her cousin are still working together. Oh, and Dorian found out they're talking to each other, and now he's pissed because Charcoal told him about Dorian. So everyone's mad at everyone, and I don't know what the heck's going on. So let's keep reading. I'm about 400 pages into Heir of Fire, and oh my god, this book is crazy. I'm not sure if I 100% like it because every time I switch POVs, I get really excited about one, and then I get so unbelievably mad when they switch it. Selena's POV is very exciting right now because remember that monster she was fighting in Crown of Midnight? Yeah, that was a defective one. So right now she's being attacked. 3 monsters set on this island. They like attacked Welland, whatever the heck it was called. I call it Welland because Selena was supposed to go and off the prince and the king, and they're like, oh, in the state of chaos, we'll send our little monsters in, test them out. So her and Rowan are trying to put a stop to this, and they're fighting, blah blah blah, whatever. I'm basing this off of like Actotar and other books that I've read about like with mate bonds, but you can like hear each other's thoughts, right? And Selena keeps saying like we keep having conversations that don't need words, and I'm like, it's because it's in your head. So I think they're gonna be mates. And also Selena brought up the fact that, oh, like you don't want to off your mate, but she's like, I had no problem trying to off Charcoal when I thought he was the reason Nehemia was off. I wonder if she made it to Rowan. He was like, do you want to know the truth? And she's like, not tonight. Girl, what do you mean? I'm so nosy. I'd be like, tell me everything. I'd be like, start from the beginning. Charcoal and Selena's cousin are still working together. Not very interested in that POV, to be honest. Nothing like crazy is happening in it. And then I don't mind, I believe her name is Menal. In my head, that's the girl from, what's it called? Cat's Eye? So that's how I'm gonna pronounce it, because that's all I've got to go off of. But the witch did the crossing with her little wyvern, and yeah, not too much is happening there. That's about it. Selena's POV is very exciting right now. So I'd put like my list of priorities as Selena's POV, Manal's POV, and then Charcoal's POV. If Selena's supposed to be mated to Rowan, which I think is what's gonna happen, why does she need so many men? Why is there Charcoal? Why is there Dorian? At the end of this, she's gonna have a love hexagon, not a love triangle. So we will keep reading and see what happens. Stop. This stupid girl, Selena goes, is like talking to Rowan, and now they have to face off against these king's soldiers and 3 of those monsters, right? And when Welland, it's not Welland, but whatever. Welland's like, sorry, we can't come help. 3,000 soldiers just attacked us, so we can't help you. And Selena was like, well, they didn't help me and my family in T-Town when we got attacked 10 years ago, so they're not gonna help now, like, whatever. So she was telling him, like, go tell your friends to come here, because they're, like, really good fairies, I guess, I don't know. And then he's like, oh, I did a couple days ago. And she goes, what changed your mind? And he was like, some things are worth fighting. My little brain thinks they're mates, and he tried to get her to leave. He's like, you can go see Maeve at Donna whatever Doranel. Yeah, I don't know. Because I give you my blessing. Like, just go, and we'll fight this battle without you. She goes, sorry, I'm not leaving. So I think that's why he's staying, and he'll refuse the queen if she's there, because they're mates. And this girl, Selena, has the audacity to say, I claim you, Roman Whitethorn. I don't care what you say or how much you protest. And I was like, oh my god, it's coming true. They're gonna be mates. And then she has the audacity to say, I claim you as my friend. Girl, what? So kind of mad right now already. So I just finished Heir of Fire. And oh my god. I feel like the first part was really boring, but I don't mind the boring parts. Like, I don't really care if it's boring. The last couple hundred pages, very interesting. I don't even know if I said anything, but Selena won like the little war over in Welland area or whatever. And then word went around to the king that I think Elaine, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Queen of T-Town, was still alive. So now he's freaking out. So he brought her cousin, Charcoal, Dorian, and the healer Dorian has been cozying up with, and said, who's the traitor in here? So Selena's cousin goes, it was me. When the king knew it was the healer, Sorsha, I think her name was. She was correspondence with Bren, who was the guy that Charcoal and her cousin were working with. Dorian was pissed that he was like gonna off the healer because she's like, I kind of love her. And she was like, yeah, I did. I was a traitor. So Selena's cousin got locked up, and Sorsha got beheaded. So Dorian was pissed. And then the king tried to off Charcoal with an arrow, and Dorian used his magic, so the king knows he has magic now, and he's like, I knew it. Charcoal got out, and tell me how cute this is. How you know Charcoal loves Selena, because you know what? One of the things he took like 3 things when he left the castle. He took gold, he took the sword from the tomb, and he also took her dog. Him and this dog. He's been saving this dog from day one. Very cute. So now he is doing something. And on Selena's side, she broke Rowan's like tie to Maeve. They're like this ring or whatever. And then Rowan swore an oath to Selena. So now they're besties. But she decided, I have to go back to the palace, because so this necklace she had when she was little, when she found her parents off, has the last key, and she knows where it is because the head of the assassins took it from her when he found her. So she's gonna go back and she's gonna meet him. So there's gonna be that little duel, and I feel like the king had all the witches doing like this game. What's her face? Mana saved one of the other wing leaders because that yellow legs leader tried to off her in the middle of these games, and Manon went to go save her. So she's wing leader now. So they're flying to where, what's this, Duke Parrington brought Catalina and Dorian's cousin. I think he was, I don't know what his name is. So I feel like a war is gonna ensue in the next book, and I'm so unbelievably excited to read the next book. Mind you, it is like 1 a.m. and I have work at 11, but like I can't not start the next book. I'm like too excited not to start the next book. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like and comment down below. If you didn't, feel free to leave a hate comment. I'd love to hear your opinion, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.